don't know how long I'll be able to keep writing this. I've been awake for 3 nights straight, and my body feels like it's splitting down the seams. But I have to put this down somewhere. Maybe it'll make sense when I see the words typed out. Maybe someone else has gone through the same thing. Or maybe this is just what happens to your brain when you stop sleeping. But I swear to you, I am not imagining this. There's a man who appears in my bedroom every night. He only stays for 1 minute. And that minute is always the same. 3:16 to 3:17 am. The first night, I thought it was a dream. I'd come home from work late, microwaved leftovers, scrolled through my phone until my eyes burned. Nothing unusual. I set my alarm for 7:30 and drifted off sometime around midnight. Then I woke up suddenly and completely. No grogginess, no in-between haze, just eyes open, heart racing like I'd heard a sound. I checked my phone, it was 3:16 a.m. That's when I noticed him. There was a man standing in the corner of my room. Not moving, not swaying, not breathing, just standing. His head tilted slightly, like he was trying to hear something. I thought I was dreaming, or maybe still half asleep. But the longer I stared, the sharper he became. I remember trying to scream, but nothing came out. My throat was locked tight. My fingers dug into the sheets, knuckles white, but I couldn't make my body move. Then I blinked and he was gone. I fumbled for my phone again. It was 3:17 a.m. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The second night, I tried to rationalize it. Sleep paralysis, stress, a shadow, something explainable. But still, I couldn't shake the memory of how real he'd looked. So I stayed up. I put my lamp on, grabbed a notebook, and promised myself I'd write down everything that happened. At 3:16, my pen dropped out of my hand. He was back. Same corner of the room, same tilt of the head. Only this time, he was facing me. He didn't blink, didn't twitch, just watched. I swear my heart skipped a beat. I could hear the blood pounding in my ears. My phone screen dimmed in my hand, and when I reached to tap it awake, my eyes flicked up for half a second. He was gone. By night 3, I was obsessed. I spent hours researching online, waking at same time every night. I found 1,000 half-baked theories like demons, sleep cycles, angels, sleep paralysis. None of it explained why he appeared at the exact same minute. So I tried to record it. I set my phone on my desk, camera pointed at my bed. I lay there, pretending to sleep. My chest rose and fell in exaggerated breaths. My eyes stayed cracked just enough to see the time tick forward. It was 3:16. He was there again. This time closer. Not in the corner, but halfway to the bed. My throat went dry. Every muscle in my body screamed to run, but I couldn't. I forced myself to stare at him, refusing to blink. His posture was the same, but his head tilted the other way now, like he was studying me. I thought, good, at least this time, I'll have proof. And then it was 3:17. He was gone. I lunged for my phone, heart hammering, desperate to see him on the recording. I watched the video twice, 3 times, a dozen times. I found nothing. The room stayed empty. But the audio was wrong. Over the faint hum of the fan, I could hear its slow, ragged breathing, not mine. I compared it to the sound of my own breaths in the video. It was deeper, heavier, and it wasn't coming from the bed. It was coming from the corner of the room. It's 2:58 am as I write this. My hands are shaking so badly I can barely type. Every creak of the house makes my heart jump. I've tried everything to stay sane. I taped blackout curtains over my windows, double-locked the doors, even unplugged the fan so I wouldn't mistake the sound again. I've got 2 phones recording this time, one pointed at me, the other at the corner. I even drew chalk lines on the floor to mark where he appeared the first night, the second night, the third. I found a pattern, and I can see where the 4th mark would be if he keeps coming closer. It's right beside my bed. It's 3:11 now. My screen feels too bright. My chest is tight. I don't want to look up when it happens. But I know deep down I will. Because for 1 minute every night, I'm not alone in this room. It's 3:15 when I start writing this. Tonight, I have a plan. 3 nights, 3 sightings, 3 failures to prove it. I've lost count of how many times I've paced the floor, checked the locks, listened for the hum of my fan, the creak of the walls, the breathing in the corner. I'm done waiting. I taped my phone to the edge of the bed, camera facing the corner. I have a second camera on the ceiling. I've armed myself with a flashlight, fully charged. Tonight, I'm not just waiting, I'm confronting him. It starts like every night. The air in the room shifts. A weight presses down on my chest, a quiet static that makes my ears ring. And then he appears. This time, he's not in the corner. He's standing halfway across the room, eyes fixed on me. I can see him clearly in the beam of my flashlight. His face is pale, too smooth, almost waxy, features impossibly symmetrical. His eyes, I can't describe them. They're blacker than the shadows, but reflective, like they're swallowing the light instead of reflecting it. I swallow hard, my voice shakes. "What are you?" No answer, just the tilt of his head. A slow, deliberate step closer. I try to back up, but my foot hits the floor. He stops. I realize he's mimicking me. Every movement I make, every tiny twitch, he mirrors. My heartbeat spikes. My hands shake the flashlight so hard the beam flickers. At 3:17, he was gone. But I hear it, that ragged breathing again. Louder this time, behind me. The video doesn't lie, or does it? I check the footage immediately. The cameras show an empty room, every frame. No man, no movement, just the flash of my light bouncing off the walls. Except the audio. A soft voice, almost a whisper. "You shouldn't be awake." I rewind it, play it again. My blood runs cold. That voice, it isn't mine. I scroll through online forums. Sleep apparition, shadow stalker, 3:16 phenomenon, nothing concrete. A couple of threads mention a watching minute, and one post claims people saw a man who existed only during a single minute each night. The stories are sparse, vague, but the warnings are the same: don't engage, don't try to move him. But it was too late. Tonight, I decide to test him. If he appears at 3:16 again, I'll try something different. I set a glass of water on the floor at the corner of the room. If he moves, even slightly, it'll spill. It was 3:16. He's there, closer than ever, standing at the threshold of the shadow just a few feet from me. I shine the flashlight directly at him. His head tilts, and then he smiles. Not a normal smile. A slow, impossibly wide grin, like he's enjoying something I haven't realized yet. I step forward, my foot knocks the glass over. Water splashes across the floor. He doesn't flinch. I raise my hand, he raises his hand. Same motion, same speed. And then he steps forward. The impossible happens. 3:17 passes. He doesn't vanish. He reaches the bed. I scream. The sound is drowned out by something else, a whisper, a chorus of whispers coming from every wall. Finally awake, I scramble backward. My chair falls over. My hands claw at the blanket. I see him, closer than I ever imagined, inches from my face. His breath, it smells like smoke and rust. I try to run, but the room stretches. The walls elongate. The ceiling rises. My bed seems farther than it was. And then he leans closer. He whispers my name. I stumble back. The floor is no longer solid. It's shifting like water beneath me. Now it's your turn. I look at my phone. The timestamp reads 3:18. That minute, that one fragile window wasn't a limit. It was a marker, a warning. He exists there to choose, to measure, to decide. And tonight, he's done deciding. I check the second camera, the one on the ceiling. It shows me, but not the room, not my bed, not anything familiar, just me standing in the corner, in the shadow. And behind me, the man smiles. I don't know what happens next. I don't know if I'm awake or asleep. I don't know if anyone will read this before it's too late. I can hear him now, behind me, breathing, moving, watching. His hand reaches for my shoulder. I can feel the second hand ticking toward 3:16 again. And I know when it hits, he will decide again.